All right. So I'm looking a little bit chopped right now. I'm not gonna lie, because I just got out of the shower. But today's day 121, and it's a Thursday. And I just kind of want to give a little bit of an update because I feel like I'm in a new kind of chapter right now in a way. So this is what I believe, right? I believe that on April 15th, I started organic marketing, and what that was for me. Obviously, I think in the past I had made videos before, but I had never really like made more than like 2 or 3 videos in a single day on one account. And I was kind of just testing the waters with what it could be until April 15th because I think during the month of April there was just so much going on. I feel like there was something on the 9th. I feel like, oh my God, I don't know if I'm wrong or not, but I feel like there was prom. I don't even know, maybe not, but I feel like regardless, from April 1st to April 15th, I had things that I didn't expect to go on that ended up going on. I think I was probably still in the influencer space around then, and I hadn't really cut off anybody, so I was still paying people until the 15th. And I told myself at the beginning of April that I wanted to make this, and this happen with organic marketing and where I kind of expected myself to be. And honestly, I think that a better representation of where I expect myself to be is not today, the end of April, but in a month from, or not in a month from today, but about 2 months. Not, what am I saying? 2 weeks from today, because if I started on April 15th, right, if I really started my organic marketing journey and really started posting videos and giving attention to it and cut off my paying influencers, I think that I should be awarded another 15 days to make the results that I wanted to make happen. And even then, like, those goals are obviously a little bit optimistic. Currently, I have about $700 in revenue in the last 15 days of organic marketing. I didn't make that $700 in the last 15 days, but I just have it. I told myself I wanted to have a total of about $1,500 in revenue by the end of April. But if I gave myself that 2 weeks I didn't have at the beginning, in May, then I think that that we could be definitely a lot closer. It's obviously another $700-800 in 2 weeks, but I think that seriously, if I were to have something happen, that's definitely achievable. And as far as app downloads, I don't know if the correlation makes a lot of sense. Like, $800 for 500 app downloads, but I mean, so far I've made that much money for all the app downloads that I have, so I wouldn't be surprised, I guess. But anyways, to talk about the last week, let's just say, so on Sunday of last week, I ended up basically understanding why my app reviews weren't raising up any, because ChatGPT and my Replit app maker were telling me that I didn't need to have any sort of input on Xcode. I didn't need to do anything. That Apple would just kind of formulate that process for me. And it was just by luck that it happened during the questionnaire. And so I didn't want to give my effort to that. And what I thought was, like, there's got to be a way to make sure that the app review is firing at a certain point and that people are actually having the opportunity to review my app. And so I researched into it like deeper than I ever have before, and I figured out that it's actually something I can see on Xcode, and it's something I kind of need to implement. So I ended up implementing it with files and more code and tests. And at the end of Sunday, I was like, okay, I'll just wait until about Tuesday to make sure that this gets approved. So Monday rolls by, and on Monday, I'm kind of slacking a little bit. I make the videos that are kind of necessary, but I'm not interested. I'm not giving as much effort as I could be with the time that I have. I'm not being very efficient. And then I ended up finding a new type of video concept that happened to be this whole workout guy animation stuff. And I thought, hey, this has a really high conversion rate probably, and I see a lot of other people using this method to promote apps, and I think that on average these guys get 30K views per video, and you know, it's just a really good idea for me. I think high conversion rate, decent amount of views, it's a system organically. And so I thought, hey, let me get into this. And then Tuesday rolled by, And on Tuesday, I had work. I wanted to go to work because on the days prior, I had probably spent quite a bit of money. And so on Tuesday, I ended up going to work, and I didn't really have a lot of opportunity there. I ended up staying up all day after work, so I did get work done, but still I was kind of out of it in terms of like momentum and consistency, because I did go to work. And then I ended up on Wednesday, the following day, sleeping in pretty late, and that was yesterday, day 120. And then on day 120, yesterday, Wednesday, me and my girlfriend had planned to have a talk about like our future. Kind of, I don't know how you want to phrase that. It's kind of scary. I've been kind of talking about it though. It's not scary. It's just kind of like, we know we needed to have this conversation. We're juniors, so we know it's not like immediate, but we wanted to have it sooner or later because I don't want to be putting wasted effort into this relationship if I'm not going to expect any outcome from it. Kind of just wanted to know where we're at on it. So we decided, she doesn't have any practice and she's free on Wednesday. And so I was just gonna, my sister saw me out here. She's probably gonna open the door and say what's up. But, oh yeah, she's looking at me through the window. Oh, she's gonna come out, hold on. Okay, we're back. I think she's gonna watch me on the couch now. Okay, now we're good. But yeah, I needed to have that talk with her, and so we ended up doing it yesterday, and she didn't have practice, she didn't have really that much school, and so we ended up having the talk yesterday, and it lasted quite a while, and I didn't get a lot of work done for my business at all. So I feel like the last 2 days, and for a little bit of context as well, yesterday, that morning, I ended up scheduling out videos with TikTok Studio because I thought it would work for some reason when I deleted the app and re-downloaded it. And the videos I had scheduled out posted, but then like the 75% of the videos that were after the first videos to get scheduled, they got 0 views. And I think it was just because of multi-posting across different accounts for whatever reason gets me 0 views on a video. All I need to do is delete it and repost it, and it'll get views, but still it's kind of annoying, and I have to remake the whole entire thing again. So I've finally given up on TikTok Studio to give me scheduled posting, and the videos that I ended up posting on Wednesday, aka yesterday morning, ended up getting 0 views. And so I'd argue that on Tuesday and Wednesday of this week, I ended up posting 0 videos because of distractions. And on Tuesday, I think honestly it was probably a good thing that I went to work because I didn't go to sleep after, and it kind of in a way reset my sleep schedule. And I think it was a smart decision in the moment, and it made me $125, which, by the way, on that night I ended up spending $100 on a ChatGPT subscription that allowed me to make slideshows with more consistency, without having to wait 30 minutes to let me make more images. And I also ended up probably spending the other $25 on food before I even spent it on that subscription. So I pretty much wasted all my money that day that I made. But I overall call it a pretty productive day, even though I didn't post any videos. And then on, yesterday, that's wrong. On Tuesday, I had the video scheduled, and on Wednesday, I just didn't post any because my girlfriend wanted to see me, and so I just didn't make the effort to make the videos and post them. But regardless, I haven't posted almost any videos in 2 days, and I feel like I'm out of the consistency. And I feel like what this has taught me is I've came back day after day, revengeful for the days that I understood I haven't been consistent. I feel like I can be consistent for a good 2 or 3 days, and then there's always something during the week that is asked of me, is an expectation of me, and I have to kind of follow that. And don't get me wrong, I love those things because they're most of the time with my family or my friends. But like I just realized I have to make more sacrifices. Like, the version of myself that has what I want would be making those sacrifices, and he would be making them because like he has something working for himself, right? He's already making the money, and he knows if he doesn't put the effort in to at least retain the input that he's giving to, retain the output that he's getting, that he's not going to get the output anymore. And so he kind of needs to. But me, I have no output right now for the input that I'm giving, and so I find it a little bit ridiculous to feel like I need to sacrifice every moment in order to stay consistent when I'm not even making any really results. And that's the biggest mistake, because all it takes is one day of being inconsistent for the next day to feel like you need to be revengeful. And I feel like for the last 2 days, I could have completely just swept them away, honestly. And they would mean almost nothing to me in the business journey. I could have restarted on Monday, and I just basically wasted 2 days. And I asked myself the question, like, okay, well, today's the new day. Today's the present day. So let's focus on that. And I was like, okay, well, realistically, at this rate, how long would it take me in order to get to where I want to be? And that question is a recurring question that I have with myself. Like, when I'm restarting after a plateau or after a decline on a certain day, I'm trying to get kind of revenge, and I'm trying to like work towards like, okay, this day is dedicated towards the work, the effort and everything. I find myself asking myself the question, like, how long will it take me in order to get to where I want to be realistically at this rate? And the answer is always like a few weeks at least. And that pushes me back more and more and more and more. Like, I thought by the end of April that I'd be in a situation, and I'm just not there. I'm not very much farther than I was a month ago. And I thought that I would, have this done and that done, and I didn't even get started until the 15th. And not even that, but like a lot of the sacrifices that I'm making reset me. Like I said, whether I want to go golfing, whether I want to hang out with my girlfriend, whether I want to do this or that, like those are sacrifices I kind of need to make in order to stay on track. Otherwise, days end up stacking, and before I know it, it's the middle of May and I haven't even made $1,500. So I just don't want that number to keep increasing, because I want to have the result and the benefit by like before the first month of summer, which in my opinion is June. And in order to do that and make that really happen, I kind of need to put my foot down. And again, another thing that's completely separate from business that I've failed to put my foot down with, that I've noticed a kind of important thing with, is waking up early. I am not somebody that usually wakes up early right now, at least. I wake up pretty late, and it's because I stay up really late, and I find myself doing the best work late at night. But obviously, the more late I stay up, the later that pushes my sleep schedule out, and now I'm waking up at like 3 p.m. and going to sleep at like 5 a.m. And so I have started to wake up later and later, and I've started to realize that I've missed a lot of opportunities to post content and to make efforts towards the business. And that pain of having it happen again and again and again, when I tell myself I'm not going to let this happen tomorrow, is like, it's not big the first or the second or the third time, but like once it starts happening again and again and again, like there's more emotion towards it, and you start to like make sure that it doesn't happen again. And every next time, even when there's a month gap in between you not doing this, when you do it again, you're going to feel so much worse, and you're going to make sure it doesn't happen again. And that's exactly what it means to be engraved and kind of shaped into the person you need to be on the business journey, in my opinion, right? Like, me making myself feel bad for not waking up early and taking advantage of the opportunities that I get when I wake myself up early, again and again and again, allows me to shape myself into the person that wakes up every single day on time, and so that he can take the advantage of those opportunities. And I think that's the same idea with like taking, one day off after working for 3 days. I need to make sure that on that third day, if I'm required to give that expectation to somebody, I'm required to go to that activity, that I'm thinking from the version of myself that's giving the most focus and the most priority to the business that he's running, because, that relies on me being consistent and me not losing a full day and, having to start from a day prior to, the version of myself that has it, that needs to retain the output by giving the necessary inputs on those days. And so anyways, I woke up today. I literally didn't go to bed until 6:30 today, and I woke up at around noon, which is I'm proud of that, honestly. And that's what, like 5 hours and 30 minutes of sleep. And I'm tired right now, but I realized I need to take advantage of these opportunities. So as soon as I woke up, I had drafts ready from last night to post. I already posted them, and here in about 30 minutes, I'm gonna need to post, you know, more drafts. But regardless, I ended up waking up to give myself that opportunity. And today's gonna be a day where I make posts at noon, I make posts at 2, I make posts at 4, I make posts at 6, I make posts at 8, and I make posts at 10. And I'm gonna have, 20, 30 posts across all my account at the end of the day. And I'm gonna have something to look back on. I'm gonna have a linear movement that I'm gonna be able to kind of trace back to and like understand. And I'm gonna be moving forward, right? And that's so necessary. And I'm gonna be happy for that. But it's important that on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, that on days that I'm expected to give an expectation or, involve myself in something, that I always am giving the inputs and giving the focuses that I need to during that day on the business. And just in general, like when I have stupid sacrifices that aren't necessary, that are all reliant upon me saying yes or no, like going golfing, I just need to say straight up no. Like these are the sacrifices that person would be making and would be comfortable making in that position. And then another thing that I realized last night, which was actually one of the reasons why I stayed up till 5 a.m., which was I was watching a 5-hour YouTube video on this guy, Oz Perlman, exposing his tricks. And at first I was just kind of interested in watching him do the tricks because I thought he was like this mentalist. But it turns out to be that he's just a really good magician that tricks people into thinking he's a mentalist. And I was kind of learning how he did it. And the video that this guy made that was 5 hours long was just a really, really good video and hooked me at every single moment and was switching the thing again and again and again. And so I ended up watching it really late. And at the end of that video, before it ended, I realized I need to put my foot down right now and just swipe off of this video. Straight up, this video has taken 5 hours of what I could have been making drafts and making progress towards the business, away from me. So I believe that YouTube, while it is such a great source of entertainment and a great help as far as learning, I believe that it is a distraction for me right now, and I kind of need to step away from it because it's unnecessary for me to partake in it. So what I've decided on, oh, hold on. Our brother and my sister just came out and they're jumping on the tramp over there. But yeah, I told myself that during this next few days, I need to understand when I get in positions that are activities that take away from myself. I need to understand that, and I need to say, hey, I could probably be giving effort towards work right now and probably be, not teasing my girlfriend or watching a movie, but focusing on making drafts, putting my headphones in, noise cancellation, doing the work, right? And even on times where I could straight up make the sacrifice and tell myself, no, I'm not gonna go do this, I'm gonna say that. And then especially on times when I'm even alone by myself and I get this opportunity like I have right now, I think that this video is very efficient and very important use of my time. But I don't wanna be, making 3 drafts in 1 hour because I'm watching a podcast, right? And so I've decided that I'm gonna stay away from YouTube unless I need to watch anything. So the only source of media or entertainment that I'm gonna use is music. I'm allowing myself to listen to music with words, but preferably, some instrumental of some sort to help myself focus. And I'm just gonna try to lock in, literally do deep work, because at the beginning of this whole thing, which was around April 15th, I started out by copying a trend that was with this guy, Christian Archer. And then I realized hey, this isn't working for me and I need more photos and I need kind of my own selection so that I can input the text myself on screen. I ended up getting that done, and I ended up switching to a completely different character, and that character got me, some results, but not very big results, like at most maybe like 2,000 views in a video. And I only used that method and that character for like 2 or 3 days before I discovered and stumbled upon this new character, animation cartoon thing. And that's kind of where I'm at now. And honestly, actually, even before the Christian Archer thing on April 15th, I was thinking when I get into this whole organic thing, when I quit, paid influencers, I'm going to just make videos of myself as Porter talking to the camera, telling people to go download it. And this is going to work. And then I was like, okay, well, like a lot of these videos that have gone viral that these YouTubers are telling me to copy are about transformation videos that I just don't have, or they're in settings or places that I just can't be. And I just straight up can't replicate them. And the only way to do it is with AI. And I've, tried AI, and AI has proven to not work. And so I was like, okay, well, I think that the closest AI that I can get that's deceiving, that doesn't involve me in the process, is slideshows, is Nano Banana Pro making AI images that look so realistic and authentic that people believe that this slideshow is real. And so that's what I was doing. That's how I kind of transitioned into the Christian Archer method, and that's how I kind of transitioned into the fake character method, and that's how I kind of transitioned into this new method, which I think has a really high conversion rate, teaches really good stuff, will get a lot of views on average, and have great success. But then again, I could stumble upon another method of something in the next 24 hours that just completely switches my view. But regardless, I've made probably in the last 15 days, like maybe close to like $300, if I had to give a guess, maybe like $200, and all from organic marketing. And it's only been 15 days since I started, and I realized in the first 2 days of that 15 days almost that I was wasting my time, and I needed to take advantage of it. And I think that for the next 15 days, I will take advantage of it and not let that slip. Because, this is, again, the last time I'm saying this has happened so many times to me where I sit myself down and I realize that I messed up and I should have been more consistent. And I'm telling you, the more times that I let that happen, the more times that it'll ingrain in my mind that this is not okay and that I need to make a change. And a change that's actually going to work, because I've tried to make more alarms. I've tried to have my curtains open so that I wake up. But if I don't literally set a huge alarm on my speaker that guarantees I'm going to wake up, I'm not going to wake up. And so, the more times that this stuff happens that I realize, I'm in this position again, the more emotional, effect it takes on me, and the bigger change I'm going to make in the future to make sure that that doesn't happen. And I believe that that is exactly what the definition of going through the process that basically shapes you into the person you need to be. I needed to go through everything I'm going through and all the times that I messed up and wasted time in order to realize, like, I need to take advantage of my time and value it more and more and more, and subconsciously get to the point where I'm actually making those decisions fully. And if my subconscious was a little bit more efficient, then I wouldn't have to go through as much time as I'm going through, and I wouldn't have to go through as much, error and failure and wasted time that I'm going through in order to get to the point where I am who I need to be. But it's all part of the process, So anyways, I'm going to go inside and I'm going to get the food, the AirPods, the drink, the laptop, and my phone. And I'm going to go ahead on my laptop and I'm going to search up the Apple Store Connect dashboard. And I wanted to see what the average app unit downloads were for 7 days in a week, and then what they were for when I was paying influencers. Because I personally believe that my app that has the admin dashboard is telling me the wrong app downloads every day, and it's telling me, I'm getting around 60 to 70 app downloads every week. But I'd really be inclined to see what that actually is on Apple Store Connect. So I wanted to go do that. And then as soon as I'm done with that, I think I'll probably end up just getting in flow state and making those drafts to post throughout the rest of the day. So yeah, by the end of today, we should have, you know, a few little tweaks like the Apple Store Connect stuff that I wanted to end up checking on and making little inferences on, and then I'll probably just have a whole bunch of videos posted as well. So yeah, 25-minute video already. All right, so I'm currently looking crazy, bro. I don't even know. I ended up cutting my hair yesterday, as you guys know, because it was like getting really like long, and like it gets to that point where it's just like annoying. I kind of need to cut it. So I ended up cutting it myself, and I feel like it looks kind of good for the fact that it's like bleached hair. But at the same time, like, it is really short, and it doesn't look all that good too, because long hair looks good bleached as well, if not better. So there's that. But anyways, you might be wondering, why am I in the car right now? Well, my dad got home from work and decided that he wanted to go get food with us as a family, and so we went, and I was hungry already, and we decided, you know what, let's go to Mexican, let's go to Rio. Now, I could have stayed home, but and that is kind of some of the sacrifices I'm talking about in a way, but I told myself, like, if I go, right, Rio's not that far away. I'm taking the truck by myself right now, so I can go home whenever I want to. When I go, as long as I make the videos and I'm on my phone doing what I need to do while I'm there, it'll be good. Plus, I was already really bored, and I think, like, it only becomes an issue when you give yourself the opportunity to be distracted and then you are distracted and you're not efficient. But if you're efficient and you keep yourself undistracted, even when you're in the position to be distracted, it's okay. That does not mean for me that I should, you know, accept every time that I'm putting myself in a distractive state, you know, because sometimes you just have to kind of sacrifice things that way. That was a cop, and I hope he's not following me. I was like doing 56. But he turned right, which he's always going to turn right, so I think I'm good. But anyways, so yeah, I'm on the way to a Mexican restaurant right now, and I just want to talk to you guys about the fact that that's happening, and then also my dad ended up booking a Pinehurst tea time tomorrow at 4 p.m. Okay, I don't know where Pinehurst 3 is at. I'm assuming it's probably pretty far, so we're probably going to do a little driving, and I think in general Pinehurst will be fun, right? We're in the sun. We're all together. We're playing a round of golf at Pinehurst. I can say that I played at Pinehurst. That's like a big thing, right? I understood that, like, again, activities like that are taken away from my focus, and I could be at home focused on that, but, like, dude, come on now. Like, I know even the version of myself that is making that money every month, I think would be okay with that. I think that he would just put in necessary protocols for my focus while I'm there. Like, dude, I would bring my laptop and hide it in my golf bag if I needed to. And that might be what I have to do, honestly. But I'm just not even there to play golf or to shoot a score, but to just experience the grass, the land around me, and Pinehurst for what it is. And then, at the times that I need to, post the videos and understand what they're doing and make some videos as well. But as far as the last thing I wanted to talk about on video making, I feel like the structure that I'm making these videos in is smart to begin with, but it's kind of bad at the same time, because the last slide, that's the most important slide in the whole slideshow, doesn't really sell the app well. Like, it's almost more like an ad. Like, I realize it's an organic piece of content, and it's kind of leading you to download the app, and so most people are going to have the itch to download it regardless. But it's like, that's why I use Calorie Simple, you know? And I don't know how I feel about that. I think that it would be better if I just if I just naturally used the app without even really saying anything. I just parked like really close to this car, but I didn't want to park super close to that car, so I don't know. I might be in trouble, but I guess we'll see. So yeah, I think they're probably already in there, but
Yeah, nobody's gonna get in that side of the car, right? Yeah. I might have to back up if these guys leave, but I don't know if they're gonna leave, so I'll talk to y'all for a second. I'll figure out if they're going inside or not. But instead of doing that, I think I should just like show the app naturally without even saying anything in all the slides, and just like show the value that the app provides in explaining things, and then sell it to them at the end, you know? Because if I can show this or that and like show it in a way that like makes sense to them and like is actually visually, like I'm not trying to sell you on anything, just like listen to the value I have to give while I'm showing you the picture of this app, I think it's cool, you know? So I'm gonna just try to figure out the most efficient way, the most efficient strategy. I might choose a specific account to do that type of strategy on versus just like the 4 slides and then a CTA at the end, because I want the potential to have a lot of views, and I don't want to like completely just submerge that effort by, you know, drowning people in just slides with iPhone images. So yeah, but I'll see y'all later. Peace out. All right, so this is clip 3 of day 121, I believe, and I'm out here kicking this little volleyball because I'm bored. But I just got back, and I'm not bored because I've been working the whole time, but like I kind of want to reset because I just got back home and I have the opportunity to really lock in. I want to know what exactly I need to do. So I checked on my admin dashboard, and oh, my mom's over there. Not even like 5, not even like, well, I don't know, probably not even like 3 hours ago, I had like 1 download, and now my admin dashboard's telling me I have 7 today so far, and that's decent. Obviously I want an average of like 12 or 15, but I ended up getting an in-app purchase that was a 3-day trial, and so if that ends up converting, that's $40 in profit, or $50 in revenue right there. So yeah, that's nice. And so far I think I've posted maybe like, I don't know, I've posted like, shoot, if I had to give a guess, 4 videos on at least 2 accounts, I think, and then probably another like 4 or 5 on another 2 accounts. So like I'm thinking like probably like 15 videos so far. Maybe not 15, maybe like in between 10 and 15 if I had to give a good guess. But yeah, and so I'm gonna post probably a few more obviously throughout the rest of today. I have the opportunity to post a few more on different accounts, but the main accounts that I'm looking forward to posting on have been posted on already. And it was, the hour just rolled by, so I mean, it's like 15 minutes into the hour that I'm supposed to post on. So yeah, but I don't know what to do, man. I feel like I want to reorganize the way that these slideshows are being displayed. I feel like there's an element of mastery to creating each slideshow, because I feel like to be the one that's putting the text on screen and to be the one that's like organizing the character to look a certain way, I think has its own like values, and understanding like, oh, this video did better than that video, or I like the content that the content style that I'm using with this heading and this text, you know, like that type of stuff you don't get when you're just asking AI to generate it for you. You can only be that specific when you're making the content basically from scratch yourself. And so I just think that like I might need to do that, but I have no idea how to, because the easiest way is obviously just with the $100 ChatGPT subscription that I just did, but I don't know what would look the best. My idea is, I guess, just to copy people and their concepts, but I'm not too sure. So yeah. This video is only 3 minutes long. Dang. Yeah, I'm just gonna try to find a new concept, I guess. I need to be consistent with the videos I'm making, and I want to be, giving valuable content. I don't really care to have a green character inside of it, honestly. I feel like that's kind of pointless. It just kind of gives the visual. But I feel like the better thing is just giving valuable information. So yeah. Yeah. One second. Anyways, so yeah, honestly, I guess I think I'll probably go back inside and find myself sitting down in a comfortable way with a heated blanket, something, I don't know, and understand the formula that I'm trying to put together with the videos I'm making, and try to formulate something that is high converting and that I think is very appealing to the viewer, and do some market research to figure that out. And then just make those slideshows as much as I can tonight and upload them, I think. But yeah, just sit down on my phone and ask myself, do the market research and find the videos and post them and make drafts of them. And then I got to do some homework because I'm really behind, and the school finishes in less than 3 weeks from now. So anyways, talk to y'all later. All right, in that last clip, I was outside, and I was kicking around a soccer or a volleyball, and what happened was I ended up just messing around with it, and then my siblings came out. They started jumping on our tramp, and I used to be into that when I was their age, and I know how to do some pretty crazy flips. So I was like, let me just, test my muscle memory out. And so we did that, and then also we turned volleyball into an actual, we played volleyball with it and not kicked it around, and we just had, fun time out there. So I was out there for longer than I expected. I ended up not posting any videos until about 8 o'clock, which is right now. I ended up posting 2 videos out of my drafts that I kind of needed to. And then I went around and I checked to see how all the other videos were doing on the accounts that weren't about promoting the app necessarily. And I don't even know what to think about that, to be honest. I think I went through, and I think I've seen 2 or 3 comments today talking about trying to market the app, oh yeah, quote calorie simple, and then it was a crying emoji with a peace sign and then a broken heart. And I don't even know, dude, that's just I don't want to dig into it because I know it's not that important, but those things are why do people say that? Why do they need to, I don't know. It's not going to affect me and my future with it at all, but it's just what makes them think that they know any better, because they really don't, but it's just there in front of me. I got some comments talking about, for no reason, just because they recognize that I'm trying to market an app, they go ahead and they want to hate. They want to be calorie simple. That's a terrible name, bro. I think it's a great name, honestly. So, whatever you want to say about it, dude, I don't care. I'm gonna make this work out. But regardless, I ended up posting the 2 videos that I needed to, and at this point, I feel like I'm kind of at a loss for trying with these other accounts because it's just not super easy, honestly, and I'm not getting really any views, and I don't think I've had more than 10 downloads today for all the videos that I posted.
So honestly, I'm thinking about just switching to like literally every single account that I have is going to be switched to one concept that is like the alien looking slideshows, if I'm going to be honest. Which I don't even know. I feel like I need to take advantage of the fact that I have as many accounts as I do in general, but I just don't know if I should take, control of that by posting the same videos across different accounts. Like, is that really going to help me? Like if I end up posting different videos, but they're like, if I end up posting the same videos at different times across all 6 accounts, like what benefit am I getting from like posting the same video again? The chance that it could, more people could see it. I think the only thing in my mind is like more views for one video, right? If you post one video on one account, you're gonna get like 300 views. But if you post the same video across 6 accounts, you're gonna get 6 times 3, 1,800 views on the single video. So if you end up posting 5 or 6 videos in a day, you do the math, that's 1,500 views a video, 5 videos. That's, I don't even know what the math is on that, to be honest. I think it comes out to be like 10K almost or something, 10,000 views. But and then the chance that one of the videos on one of the accounts reaches the right audience and gets more views, So I don't even know what to think. I don't know what videos are higher converting, to be honest. I don't know if the slideshow videos are higher converting or if the straight up like regular videos are, but I just want to make it work out, bro. I don't know. Honestly, I think that it'd be probably a bad idea to switch every account that I have to the new method. And I don't think I'll switch really almost any of them, but I do like the idea of having more like availability to try things out with more accounts. So if there's another account that I think is slacking off that I kind of just want to drop and include in the group of accounts that is like the cartoon slide looking things, then I'll do it. But if not, I think I'm just gonna have to stick to asking ChatGPT for a list of 5 things or whatever, or a tier list, so I can just formulate the slides myself. But I wanted to come to you guys and make this video right now because people are just hating for no reason on my TikToks that I'm trying to post, and I'm trying to make work, and I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go with this, and it's just the reality of it, and I thought I might record it, so yeah, but I'll see y'all later. All right, so today's already been a very long video. The start of the video happened with me basically giving y'all an update on how I felt at the beginning of the day, and I think it was like a 25-minute video. So this video is probably going to be over an hour long, but I didn't end up posting yesterday's video because I haven't ran it through CapCut yet and then published it. And so I'm going to probably end up posting this video with that video, and I hope that they don't get messed up. Like this one's, I think, dude, I don't even know. Is it day 121 or is today day 122? I don't know, but I think that yesterday was day 120, and I think today's day 121. So I hope it doesn't get uploaded as day 121, and then day 120, because obviously that's backwards, and that kind of happened to me with the last 3 videos that I ended up posting. But regardless, I got to give y'all a little bit of sauce in this last clip of the day, probably. I don't know if it will be because I'm probably still going to go upstairs and take a shower and be in my bed before I go to sleep. But now that I realize that as well, it's currently 12:15 right now in the morning. I plan on leaving my house tomorrow to go golfing around 1 p.m. I realized at the beginning of the day, the first clip I ended up talking about, which is kind of iconic, or just kind of whatever that word is, iconic, that's mainstream type, I guess it's kind of funny, is that I was talking about making sacrifices and knowing that I needed to put myself in a certain place in order to be that type of person. But I just got offered an opportunity to go golf at Pinehurst number 3 tomorrow with my dad and my 2 brothers. So I thought, you know what, I've never played at Pinehurst before. Guarantee it's a beautiful course. I would love to go. And so I said, you know what, why not? And I realized hey, look, I'm willing to put whatever was on the line.
as far as like sacrifices, as long as I'm there to make business work, right? Today I went to Rio Grande with my parents and my siblings, and I did a little bit of like trampoline, playing volleyball, whatever, with them for like a good hour, right? And tomorrow, like I said, around 1, where I'm gonna travel off and I'm gonna start a tea time around 4, and I'm gonna get back around 10, and I plan on not sacrificing the being there, driving a cart at Pinehurst, but probably a little bit of golfing. I think I'm mainly going to be there for the experience, to hit a few balls and to just look around and see Pinehurst for what it is. But I think I might, honestly, dead serious, bring my laptop. Definitely bring my headphones, my AirPods, and I'm obviously going to have a charged phone and bring a charger, because that's honestly the number one priority in my mind. Probably bring a drink like this to put in the golf cart, and that'll be my main focus, man. Imagine me, I'm making, a couple $100s a day. It all adds up, so I'm not too concerned about it. But 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 app purchases. Which, by the way, I want to do the math on that real quick. If I have a hold on. If I have a 3.5% conversion rate, also give me a separate answer for a 2.5% conversion rate. How many downloads do I need to have in order to make $100 a day, $150 a day, and $200 a day? For example, each purchase or conversion is $30. So we'll see what the percentage is. How many downloads do I need to get every day in order to get as many conversions as it'll take to get me from 100, all that. So it's telling me here, each conversion is $30. So $100 a day would be 4 conversions a day. $150 a day is 5 conversions. $200 a day is about 7 conversions. At a 3.5% conversion rate, for $100 a day, you need 115 downloads. Whoa. For $150 a day, you need 143 downloads. For $200 a day, you need about 200 downloads. That's at 3.5%. At 2.5%, you would need 160 downloads a day to make 4 conversions. You need 200 downloads a day to make $150 in conversions, and you need 280 downloads every single day to make $200 in conversions. So that's kind of sucky. I need to get my conversion rate to be as high as possible. I feel like my funnel is amazing. I don't doubt it whatsoever. And so I am fine with whatever conversion rate percentage I get, because I know that it's probably one of the highest conversion rates that I can get. I know that the top apps, let's see. So what percent conversion rate do apps like MyFitnessPal, CalAI, Lose It, and Chronometer have? A lot of these people, they optimize for trial start because they have a way higher conversion rate on those. And, for example, I guess what I'm saying is, like, when they optimize for that, then they can get a lot of people to do the free trial thing, and then they get like 30% of people to convert, and it's a higher thing. So they're trying to push people towards that method. My method for that, to push people towards, is a one-time offer that's a minute and 30 seconds long. Once that minute and 30 seconds goes by, it expires, and they can never see that offer again. But they still have the, you know, whatever it is. Like, they still have the $15 more 3-day free trial. Short answer, almost nobody publishes exact conversion rates for apps like that. Most freemium apps are 1 to 5% conversion rates. Fitness apps specifically, 2 to 6% conversion rate. Strong apps with good onboarding, 5 to 10. Top tier outliers, rare, are about 10%. Big apps are doing MyFitnessPal, free user database, 200 million plus, estimated 2 to 4% conversion rate. Lose It, estimated 3 to 6. Chronometer, 4 to 8%. Cal AI, if optimized well, 5 to 10%. Anyways, I believe that there's obviously work to have been done. I think that for, you know, like, let's say my app had a few hundred downloads, right? And the reviews were up there, a few hundred 5-star reviews. And, you know, the person that they saw using the app, and the piece of marketing that they got to go download the app was a good piece of marketing, then it would work out, right? Like, if I made a video that was like straight up like talking about the app and glazing it, anybody that would have downloaded the app from that point would probably have more of a likely chance to convert. But if I go ahead and I make an organic, authentic slideshow that just references the app in one of the slides and says this is what the app's name is, and somebody goes to download it, the chances of them buying is not high either. But if you can take some, like, all the same type of people, one person from the side of the road, one person from here, one person from there, never heard about it, and threw them down the funnel, that's the real percent of your conversion rate. So it kind of varies depending on what sources of traffic are kind of coming to that funnel. But yeah, so anyways, I think I've made a system that's really good for making content. And basically what it is I like to call it scientific, right? So what I've done is, originally I was trying to make Nano Banana Pro make me these slideshows. And then I was like, okay, ChatGPT can do a better job because it has like a history, has a memory. And then I was like, okay, we'll do it. And I made 10 images and it shut me off. So I paid $100 a month for ChatGPT now so that it could give me, you know, as many images as I want, which is also a plus because now I have agent uses, 200 agent uses on my laptop to do my homework. And regardless, I spent $100, which is kind of sucky, but whatever. I got, you know, unlimited images right now, at least from what I think from ChatGPT. And I have memory. And what I've done is I've created a project called Green Guy Workout. And you can put instructions in every project. And I've really fine-tuned these instructions so that when I create a new chat inside of the project, I'll be like, hey, create me a 6-slide slideshow. And then boom, it'll create me one image with 6 individual images inside of it that are like slides in a TikTok slideshow. And it'll work in a way that it'll be like, okay, slide 1 is technically slide 0 and it's the hook. And it'll be a single piece of headline title text that will give, you know, a hook, basically. And it'll be a cool little visual next to it. And then the next slide is slide 1. But we label it as whatever. Like if it's 6 slides, we label it as slide 5. And then we count down and down and down to slide 1, all the way to the last slide. And the reason we do that is because I think that when you tell the viewer, oh, this is slide 1, they have no idea how many slides they're in for, right? But if you tell people, oh, this is slide 5, they're going to want to get to the end of the slideshow, right? Because they want to see what number 1 is. And so that's something I've learned. Also, that's kind of the structure we have going on right now, basically. Also, I used to have 2 different types of text. I used to have one really like cool looking bold text as like titles and headlines. And I used to have one kind of like really basic typewriter text as like bullet points and as like subtext. And what I did was I was like, dude, I don't want 2 separate fonts. I don't want 2 separate sizes. On every single page in the slideshow, I want there to be 1 font and I want there to be 1 size. And so I got what I wanted out of that now too. And before I was telling it like, hey, just use the character And the character would do different poses, and he'd be in the gym maybe, or he'd be holding a weight or whatever. But now I've told it, hey, I want you to use items. I want you to, use objects. And it started to use potassium, iron, like little supplement looking salt shakers. It started to use like a glass of water. It started to use muscle fibers and what glycogen looks like inside of them. And it's becoming really cool. And I also told it like, hey, I want the information to be simple and digestible, but I want it to be super scientific. You can even use the words that are scientific, like glycogen reduction or something, or you could use the words like, I don't even know, don't want to be so basic like your muscles get bigger when you have glycogen. Your muscles get smaller when you don't. I like to say like when you have a mix of potassium with a little bit of iron with a little bit of this, then you get a increase in, that and this. And it's just entertaining. It's more scientific. And a lot of experienced lifters don't even know this. And so the fact that I'm giving them like solid information off the bat like that sounds super scientific and that they want to learn about it, which every experienced lifter doesn't know everything and they want to learn more about it, they're going to want to follow. They're going to want to subscribe. They're going to want to get to the end of the slideshow. And so that's what I believe is really working for me right now as far as like what I've just made. And I think I just created a master prompt. It's not perfect, but I think I've just created a pretty good prompt that will allow me to have really good hooks, anywhere from 4 slides to however many slides I want, 10 slides, starting off with slide 0 being the hook slide with a good hook, with a good title, starting and then going into slide 1, which can be slide, label it as slide 6 because there's like 6 more slides. Label it as slide 4 because there's 4 more slides, you know what I'm saying? And then at the end, what I'll do is I'll label my app as a natural, like, it does this and this is why it helps with that. And try not to be too salesy, like try not to be like, oh yeah, I'm doing this because I'm getting paid for it. Instead being like I genuinely believe in this and I'm backing it, I'm behind it, and whether or not people are paying for me to promote it, I love it. Like that's kind of the angle that I think I'm promoting to it right now, and I think I can get better with that angle, but right now I think it's pretty solid, at least decent enough. And so I'm excited, dude. I really feel like in the next 5-10 slideshows with this concept that I have posted on these 2 accounts, I could seriously get some good results in my opinion. Anyways, back to the whole tomorrow Pinehurst thing. Like I said, I don't even know what, it's probably 12:30 right now. 12:30, yeah. I'm gonna wake up at 1, not at 1 probably. I'm gonna wake up earlier than that obviously, but I'll wake up and we're gonna leave at 1 and I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna have all my stuff, whatever I need. I don't even care if I need to put my laptop inside of my golf bag. I'm bringing everything I need. From the start of the thing to the end of the thing, I'm gonna be on my phone. Probably, in my opinion, what I'll be doing is I will probably be taking preview slides, like with 6 slides, 4 slides, 5 slides, 7 slides of, one image. And there's like however many slides inside of it. And I was like, okay, I like this image and I like all the slides inside of it, but I'm gonna save it as one image. Boom, there's one slideshow. Boom, there's another one, there's another one, there's another one. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have 4 of them. And all I need to do at that point is just insert them into ChatGPT and tell ChatGPT, hey, I want you to recreate slide 1 of this slideshow. And I just send the slideshow and it'll recreate that exact thing and I can just save it. And I can go recreate 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now I have 6 individual high quality slides from ChatGPT that were based on a really good preview. So, having previews like that I can just make is like gold to me, because if I go ahead and I give a whole bunch of other like prompts in between to try to fix things and issues that something else has given me, that's an issue. And I just freaking light bulb moment right now. If I make a chat inside of the Green Guy Projects that gives me like money previews, I can just save that chat. It's like, okay, give me another one. Give me another one. And I'll take the preview image and I'll put it into a brand new chat and tell it to just recreate the image. If I can get a chat to have good enough memory for me to just say, make another one and just like copy a slideshow and make it really good, I'm gonna do that. And I'm gonna save that image. I'm just gonna go into a new chat so that I don't mess up the one that's already really working for me as far as previews go. I can just tell it to recreate the images for me and I'll save those and I'll put it into a slideshow and I'll make it work. So I believe this is really good. I'm even like, dude, I'm kind of stoked because when I see the muscle fibers, the type of stuff that they're teaching, I don't know about this. I'm genuinely like, I want to kind of know, honestly. Like if I were to be swiping like, oh, this is cool. I've never seen anything like this, right? People that do this type of stuff, they're doing exercises. They're like this is a good workout split for upper lower, right? And I'm saying, dude, screw that. What's the best possible way for you to recover? What's the best possible way for you to train and why? Like, I'm really giving reasons for why people are doing this, which I think is very important because a lot of people don't know why they're doing it. A lot of people don't know why the stretch in the rep matters. A lot of people don't know why progressive overload matters or what it is. A lot of people don't even understand what a muscle fiber looks like and why, or even that it tears and then it gets repaired at night with macros. A lot of people think that their muscles grow in the gym, not from like food and recovery. And so to teach these things, and not in a way that's obvious, because a lot of people that, that are on the For You page will probably be like, oh yeah, eat in a 200 calorie deficit or surplus so that you don't gain too much fat, but you gain enough muscle. Like, a lot of people that know this type of stuff, I'm using words and phrases that, yeah, they might understand the concept already, but they've never heard it in this way before. And it sounds way more advanced and scientific than they've ever heard it before, and they're interested. And I don't think I've seen anybody else do it like this. Now, the only issue that I could see right now is character. I don't think the character matters too much. I think that I could have any character I want play this role. But the fact that I have a character that looks a little bit like an alien, which might be a positive thing, but I think it's kind of a negative thing, plays a little toll on me mentally. I don't know. I feel like I need to switch it up, but honestly, the green matches the vibe of the app that I'm promoting anyways. So like, come on now, like, does it really matter? Anyways, I feel like there's something else I wanted to say that I just didn't get across. I'm listening to this podcast, which I should not be doing because I told you guys about YouTube earlier, but I'm not involving myself in it. I'm not like saying, oh, this is my focus now. I'm really manifesting, I've got my head on straight. I'm doing homework. I just wanted a little bit of something to listen to so I'm not completely bored while I'm doing other things. And I've learned how this guy does his tricks a little bit, but still watching him do tricks I haven't learned yet and like why the tricks that I've learned work, these tricks don't make sense. And it's kind of crazy too. Also, dude, the guy's a freak. He's running 100-mile marathons like that. But yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna have drafts made, previews ready, images created, posts posted on time, and I'm probably gonna have a few things today. I did end up, I don't know if I told you guys about this, but I did end up getting an in-app purchase out of like the 7 people that ended up downloading the app today, and it was a free trial. Just a plain old free trial, $49. They got it free right now, and I don't think they've canceled yet, so that's good. But yeah. So I got one, but we'll see if she ends up converting. I don't know if it's a girl or boy, but as far as manifestation goes, I think that might as well be the last thing I end up talking about before I leave and go upstairs and go to bed. But I haven't really been manifesting much recently. It was a big focus for me, like not even 2 weeks ago, just manifesting, understanding where I wanted to be. But I feel like not like involving myself in practices like building the app in person, like literally getting on my computer and understanding issues I need to fix and like building on top of what it already is. I don't understand how good my product is anymore. And I'm not like in it. I'm just promoting a product with like terrible results organically. And that's so depressing. And so it's hard. It's really hard to manifest. And I think manifestation is important. I want to sit back and say like, oh yeah, like I'm posting videos and it's working. But in my mind, like the simple manifestation for that is like I have a system that's working, has a high conversion rate, that's profitable, obviously, that, it's working. I'm not thinking like I'm posting 40 videos a day for the hope that one of these, hundreds of videos that I posted throughout this week are going to go viral. I'm not thinking like that. I'm thinking like, hey, if I'm going to put this much effort into some hope and dream that one of these things goes viral, then I want to not be stupid. I want to have an average view of like 1,000 to 2,000 views based on the video I'm posting. So that, hey, if my video gets, on average, a bad, view rate, it's still 1,000 views. And the conversion rate is what? Even 1%, I'm pocketing 10 downloads off of a single video. So I'm not there yet. I'm probably not even at a 1% conversion rate with the current slideshows I'm putting out, but they'll get better. They'll reach the right target audience, and we'll be balling here soon. But genuinely, I believe that this strategy is not something I can sustain forever. I think that the version of myself that is making a lot of money or a decent amount of money with organic content in the system that is organic content is putting in a lot of work trying to do it the way I'm trying to do it. If you were the guy that was like, yeah, for 2-3 weeks straight, I'm going to post content and I'm just going to post it and I'm going to try to go viral with it, then like, yeah, like, dude, you're going to have so much negative thought from that, and it's going to be hard to manifest that it's ever going to work out, and you're probably not going to put in the effort that's needed in order to go viral. And you're not going to get any app downloads or benefits from any of the videos that you posted that didn't go viral. And like the one video that might end up going viral in the future ends up getting like 20K, which allows you to put that into ads and learn from ads. But I believe I'm almost more in it to make a high converting TikTok that ends up working over and over and over and over again. And make, even $1,000, $2,000 a month from that method and work my ass off every single day. Some days making $0, working very hard for, and I'd do that for like months until I was able to, just because like, bro, honestly, like I could make, $15, $20, maybe even $25 an hour from any job that I were to go try to seek out as an employee right now. And I don't even know. I think that's obviously paying me probably a couple of $1,000s every single month, depending on how many hours I work. And I would work, bro, I think $1,000 a month for working from, the time I wake up on average, which is probably like 10 a.m., 11 a.m. to like midnight. That's at least a 12-hour shift, if not longer. And I'm getting zero dang results. And on average, I'm only making $1,000 a month, which is probably coming out to be at a 12-hour work shift every single day for 30 days. Like, probably like $1 or $2. I'd do that gladly. I'm making $1,000 a month from a job that I created myself. Yeah, I do that gladly. But I think in order to be in the situation that I kind of want to be in from organic content, it's just going to be hard because I'm not going to be able to schedule out the content. TikTok Studio won't let it happen, and that's the only app that I ever had faith in, because when I tried to download apps today on the App Store and look up methods, it would work. I could schedule out posts, but I couldn't schedule them with audios. So when I posted them and they'd be scheduled, they'd post, but it'd have no audio. And I couldn't formulate a way to add audio to it after it had been posted or even before it had been posted. So just forever, unless I just deleted it and re-edited and posted it right then and there, which I might as well just post it on my own, regardless of scheduling, it wouldn't have an audio. And so I was like, dude, screw this. Like, I can't. Like, I just have to create as many accounts as I can and just be consistent and show up when I need to post the videos and the drafts. And as long as I have drafts made for myself to use, I can take advantage of them and just post them when I need to, right? Instead of doing that hard work that's like going across 20 different accounts and making the videos on the spot. Next thing you know, you've made all 20 videos. It's been 2 hours and it's time to post the next 20. You're working all day. So if I can just get in a rhythm, right, where I create 5 previews, and then when I'm out golfing, I end up turning them all into slideshows, and then I end up turning them into drafts. And then, when the hour comes along, like, oh, it's 2 p.m. Oh, it's 4 p.m. Oh, it's 6, it's 8, it's 10. Time to post. And then I could just take from the drafts and post. Simple as that. Most I'll have to do is put a description, maybe some hashtags, and an audio, and that's it. I don't need to put the videos together. I don't need to really type the text into the slideshow. So we're chilling. But anyways, today is, I don't even know what day it is. It's May 1st. So it's officially dang. It's officially May 1st. I have 3 weeks. 3 weeks until my school year ends as a junior online, and I have 50% of my class done. So we're gonna have to probably be on the grind, especially towards the last week or two. So yeah. Also, I need to remind myself that on Saturday I have a whole bunch of unit tests to complete for a college class, and on Sunday I have another college quiz to take, which hopefully it isn't a big one, but I guess we'll end up finding out. And then another thing that I got to do, which as long as I have previews to make, images through ChatGPT with, and I have drafts to post on the go, I think I'll be fine. But my girlfriend wants to go to a movie on Saturday. And I was like, all right, probably not. But then she showed me the movies that were out and the discounted prices in the amazing theater that's like less than 20 miles away from my house, the closest theater that's like revamped with like reclining seats, heating seats, everything. And they got a movie about a plane crashing and like sharks in the water, and they got a movie about Michael Jackson. So that sounds like a good time to me. And it'd only be like a 2-hour thing probably. Maybe account for 3 hours. And I'd still be able to make the posts I need to. I'd still be able to make the previews into actual slideshows that I'd probably need to during the show if I was in it like that. So I think I'll be fine. I don't think there's really any situation that I can like get too far out of, unless I like purposefully let myself, down that way. But yeah, dude, I just gotta freaking stay locked in, man. I gotta make these previews. I gotta find formulas. I gotta be consistent. I got to see what the trend ends up being at the end of the week instead of switching things on every single day. But I genuinely believe, man, that we are going to have a system that is working, that is getting me thousands of followers on my TikTok accounts, that's getting me a fair amount of views, that's getting me a somewhat reasonable conversion rate. I'm going to be working my ass off probably, but I'm going to be making at least $1,000 a month, if not more. And at that rate, I might as well start paying influencers to make me more than that. And if I know how content works and I can pay influencers to make content for me that converts well, then I can get my money's worth out of them. And I can make money on them. And I won't be in the hole, because that's what I was. And I need to be a little bit more strict about what I say. I want them to be the ones that like choose how they incorporate the app into their content. But at the same time, bro, I'm paying you $300 a month, bro. I'm telling you what to post. I don't care how many followers you have. I don't care if you have 60K. If I'm paying you $300 a month, which is not much for a creator, to be honest. These creators are being paid $2,000 for one video sometimes, but not with Porter's budget. So anyways, bro. Also, my cousin Noah, he FaceTimed me while I was selling today. He's selling solar batteries. So he's not selling solar. He's selling batteries to people that have solar already. And it's a cheaper cost, but I think it's easier for him. And he hasn't made any sales yet, but it's his first day knocking by himself. And he did solar last year, like straight up solar for like a week or two, and I think he's out there for like a month. But dude, he is on his own grind. Like, he realizes that I don't have the awareness and the experience to understand what he's going through, and so he's kind of joking about it a little bit. But I could see right through it, and I know that he's like he's going through it, and he thinks that I don't know what it looks like to go through it. Like, I understand, like, he's going from house to house, like soliciting as an in-person, guy trying to sell something that's kind of like annoying to people. And people are telling him to like, go kill yourself, stuff like that sometimes. And he's just an 18-year-old kid. But I don't think I don't know, bro, because I'm not putting myself in positions like that, but I'm putting myself through a lot of work, as this journey has shown, every single day, trying to make this work out with no results, with no outcome, right? I'm still in debt on the whole thing. I'm unprofitable. I'm 4 months in. I'm 122 days in, and I'm still working my ass off doing organic content. So I don't know what to say about it, but dude, I'm waiting for the day that I can go and I can tell everybody that, which I don't know if I'll ever do, to be honest. Not in terms of like I won't make it happen, because I will, but in terms of like, even if I get the money and the opportunities and everything, I don't know if I will, because I just don't think that it's the best thing for me to do regardless. But if I ever get the opportunity, bro, and it presents itself in the right way, to tell people like, hey, yeah, I actually have been working on an app for this long, and I have a YouTube channel to show for every day, and you can go to day 120 and know that I was singing Halsey in the truck at midnight on the way back home from my girlfriend's house. You can watch it. and these other days I talked about this other stuff and the whole journey surrounding it. And I made, thousands of dollars every month continually. I'm making 10+K a month from this app right now. I've created probably maybe even more apps, obviously more apps, to be honest. And I've gotten, hundreds of 5-star reviews on this app, and it's working out really well for me. And I got a system of content that's working, and I know exactly how to make content work organically. And I know exactly how to make paid ads work and influencers work and everything. And yeah. But honestly, bro, it's gonna be tough because, dude, this summer it's summer, bro. I'm gonna be involved in like boating, surfing, wake surfing. I mean, that's the same thing. Going out with my girlfriend to do different things, going out here, going out there, moving across the country, stuff like that. And it's not until next fall when I move states and I'm away from my girlfriend that my time is gonna be completely to myself. So as long as I don't do nothing as far as like quitting, before the end of the summer, I think I'm in a good position by the end of summer, bro. Because, there's gonna be so many times during the summer that I'm gonna like continue to fall on my knees with the same idea again. Like I'm gonna be like, oh my gosh, I told myself to wake up early in the morning and get this done, and I didn't do it, and now I'm even more upset that I didn't do it. And now the next time this happens, I'm like never gonna let it happen again and again and again. And so I'm basically carving myself into the person I need to be. And then by winter, I'm going to be that exact person. And the universe is going to allow me to, because I'm going to be a lot less busy and have a lot less expectations from other people. And I'll be freaking locked in, bro. But yeah, man. We're going to freaking do this. Yeah, bro.